Hello everybody and welcome back to the series where we Iron Man all the Fire Emblem games. We are still on Fire Emblem 1, as you probably are aware, but we're getting very close to the end of the game. We are currently on chapter 22, which is a Night-Filled Sky, which I believe is 3 chapters away. I think we have this chapter, so we're going to get Starlight on this chapter. We're going to use Starlight on the next chapter. That's where we get to finally fight Garneth. And then there's a Maneki chapter, and I think that's it. So I think four more chapters, question mark? Doesn't really matter. We'll get through them, or we won't. I don't know. But yeah, so let's get started with this. We're going to bring all of our good units. That seems like a good strategy. Tiki, Chini, Alan I think is good. Bo, of course. Astrum. Do we need Julian? I feel like I probably don't. I don't think there's any houses to open. No, it does not appear to be the case. So, Bantu, probably also not very useful. I think George could be good. And maybe Beck. I don't know. I haven't used Beck like at all. Let's just do it. Minerva's homeland, Macedonia, is a peaceful, rich kingdom of flying dragons. But the ambitions of Michel opposed his sisters and supported Duroa. He led Macedonia's Wyvern Knights to attack many lands and instill fear in the people. Now he has gathered a soaring army to fight a final battle with Mars. A big old battle. Let me make sure that the... Okay, cool. One time I started recording, and then I recorded for like 10 minutes, and then the video, it just never came through on my OBS. I don't know what happened that one time, so... But we're okay right now. So, the boss is just a generic wyvern. I believe Michel is out here somewhere. Yeah, he's right here. Yeah, it's really interesting to me that you have Kamis, who is this really strong paladin and has the Gradivis, making him really difficult to kill. And then you have these bosses afterwards, like Michael and the previous one, that just have a javelin. And, like, yes, he has 19 defense, but I don't know, he's not very scary. Which is nice for me, obviously. And I think he has 15 skill. No, he only has 8 skill. So really low crit as well. So I believe what's going to happen is we're going to get charged by all these guys, and then there are a bunch of reinforcements. Yeah, a bunch of reinforcements all the way up until turn 15. This is where we need to bring Mars for Starlight. Now the question is, do I need to use a warp use? If I send Marth up there, it's fairly dangerous. Like, I don't really want to do it. Steel, Armor Killer, maybe he's okay. Yeah, these paladins look way weaker than the previous chapter's paladins, too. I mean, maybe she's okay. I could also send Tiki over there. She's probably okay. It depends if this thief is going to move to destroy the house. If he's not, I can sort of take my sweet time. But I'm not really sure. Merrick, Boa. I think Wendell has warp, yes. And then Lena should also have warp, yeah. Okay, so I do have double warp right now. Yeah, the question again is, should I just warp somebody? I could warp 2 people to, like, here. Or even onto the forts. What do we think if I, like, send Tiki to the fort, for example? Is that a little bit too much? I don't think it's, like, the worst idea in the world. There's no dragon killers. The scary thing is if an enemy spawns with a dragon killer. Because that would be bad. But there's no dragon killers. Well, I mean, none of these guys are going to deal any damage. The strongest is Michel with 14 plus 7 from a javelin. It will deal a little bit of damage, but not very much. And it's not like he doubles me. Like, a Silverland is 12, so he deals, like, 2. Maybe it would compound enough to where I shouldn't send Tiki there. Forts, I think, give defense as well. I'm seriously considering it. What level is Tiki? Level 15. We could just get her to 20 right now. Wait, she got to 5 defense. Oh, I think that was her base. Yeah. I don't know. I am considering it. It seems like kind of a waste of experience for everyone else. You know what? I don't know if this is necessarily good, but I'm going to do it. I do have the Reglow staff, so even if this goes really poorly, I still have some sort of defense for it. She should have 18 defense with the Divine Stone, so at most she's taking a couple of damage per turn. And she has enough speed to where she should double basically everything. Oh, also, a few things to note. I posted the question about the Divine Stone and its sort of weirdness on the subreddit, and I was asking people what they thought about it. So what we determined was that it very likely does give plus 13 defense and not plus 15 defense, which I think makes sense. I think we'd pretty much realize that. I don't know about the speed thing. I'm still a little bit unsure. Unfortunately, she has capped speed now, so it's going to be really difficult to figure out exactly how much speed she has. Because nobody is going to be fast enough to actually contend with that. But if we eventually get to somebody who's fast enough to potentially outspeed her, I can maybe figure out our little speed issue. But yeah, for the time being, I think we're good on that front. But yeah, oh, I think I was gonna buy. I think I forgot to buy Linda some extra stuff. Oh well. Yeah, everybody else just head up. I'll have Roy. I'll have Marth around my other warp user just in case I do need to warp him, because there's a chance that the thief can still sneak out from underneath Tiki there. So maybe I'll have to use it, but if I do, then it's not the end of the world. Also, Tiki doesn't have any range, so the horseman and like the boss, for example, Mishael will just attack her over and over again, which kind of sucks. But also, I'm curious. She has 12 strength. The Divine Stone gives plus. It has 12 might, so that'll be 24. Yeah, I don't think there's any way that I can get Tiki to actually deal any damage to Medius at the end of the game. Like, he has, like I said, I think like 35 defense, I decided, something along those lines. So again, I think because she doesn't get effective damage, I believe in Shadow Dragon the Divine Stone, because you can use Naga. I think the Divine Stone does do effective damage. So you have sort of a secondary option, but I think basically our only option for killing Medius is going to wind up being Marth with the Fulcian. So. And like I said, hopefully we can get it on this chapter. I don't foresee it being an issue, unless Tiki dies. But I don't really think Tiki can die. I mean, I really shouldn't say that. I really should never say I don't think Tiki can die. Blast that Minerva, but I won't surrender. I'll show you the might of the Macedonian Wyvern Knights. Yeah. So he can deal a little bit of damage, but he has very little hit to do it. Oh, by the way, I know I mentioned a few parts ago that I like to play with cards, and I actually did have somebody message about Magic and what I like to play, and he mentioned Commander. I haven't actually replied to you yet, but maybe you'll be watching this. So today we actually have a shot. I grabbed one of my Commander decks. So this is a big old deck, and we'll be shuffling and messing around with those cards. I actually play a whole bunch of different formats in Magic. I play Modern every week, but I do still play some Commander. I used to play a lot. I actually got started in Magic with Commander. This is the Commander for anyone. I don't know if you can really see that. She is Kieran's Spirit. So for anyone who cares, I'm a big fan of Magic the Gathering, and I do have a Commander deck here. But we'll be shuffling around with that a little bit. If you ever play Magic, you probably understand this, but just shuffling cards in your hand, just shuffling decks and shuffling cards, it just, once you start doing it, you just, I don't know, it's like a compulsion, you know? Just love doing it. Seems like Tiki's gonna be okay. A lot of these units don't mind her, which is fine with me, because we can get experience for other units. I am slightly worried that if we do cap Tiki, I maybe get like less experience for everyone else. It's just going to depend on whether or not we can sort of solo the rest of the game with like Marth and Tiki, or if I really should be getting more experience for like Harden, for example. But once we get rid of the Star Sphere and I can't Gradavis spam, I don't know that Harden's really going to be that useful, but maybe. Maybe. So I'm assuming she has full health. Yeah, I think she's doing alright. Unfortunately, my damage output is pretty low, so it's going to take a little bit, but as long as they're not dealing damage to me, I don't really care. There is always the crit chance, but with the hit being as low as it is, it needs to hit first and then crit. I mean, a crit would be 18 damage on, like, this guy, for example, so it's not nothing, but I don't know. I feel like the percentage is probably pretty low. I could even use a physic use here if I was really worried, which perhaps I should be. What can I buy at the shops here? No healing items at all. Okay, well that kind of sucks. Thankfully, we did buy a bunch of restores or recovers on the last chapter, so our healing item situation is, or our staff situation, I should say, is actually pretty reasonable, I think, right now. Night Killer there, but as we know, Night Killers do not affect, or at least are not effective against Paladins. I also don't know when we get our second Guiding Ring, because I would love to promote Linda. Although at this stage, if I can't buy more stabs, maybe I can't do anything with Linda. In retrospect, maybe I should have bought some stabs in the last chapter for Linda in preparation for her promote, but I still haven't even gotten a way to promote her. I don't know what the HP cap is. I guess there's a chance that it could be 40. Merrick did just hit 40. I'm not really sure. I don't know how much HP Medius has, for example. Although obviously if the cap for you is, it could be 40 and then... So in Thracia, the stat cap is all 20, but the cap for Fee is 60. So I would assume that it's higher, but I don't know for sure. What does this boss have? 37, okay. That is something that I've noticed as while I'm playing through this game, which is stats just don't go that high. Like, obviously the fact that everything caps at 20 means you can never really have that high of stats, or at least it's not as high as some of the other games, like Shadow Dragon, where you can go over 20. But this means in particular that units like Boa and Wendell, I think, are way better. In Shadow Dragon, both those units are pretty good, especially Wendell. He's really useful for a long time. But they do sort of fall off because eventually the enemies do get fast enough to the point where they can't really double consistently, and their magic, really sucks. But in this game, you don't need a magic stat because it's all just, whatever damage the tome would be dealing, and because they don't get weighed down very much, their speed, which, 15 is a lot higher when the cap is 20 as opposed to when the cap is like, 25 to 30. So it's a lot different, and I think those units in particular... By the way, I think I'm going to make a tier list for every game that I finish. Not that the tier list is going to be that great, because obviously one playthrough I don't think makes a very good tier list. But I think it'll be fun to just kind of like have something to reference in the future and just sort of jot down my feelings about the characters and stuff. So in any case, for that tier list, both Wendell and Boa would be very high because they are extremely powerful and useful units. In particular, Wendell. I think Wendell is, like, one of the best units in the entire game, to be completely honest. Oh. I don't think he's gonna die. I think he has good enough defense. I didn't even think about the insane movement that these guys have. Yeah. But he probably doubles me. Ballistas are something that I'm not really sure how good they are in this game. Like, they seem powerful just like they are in Shadow Dragon, but because they don't have the insane, what do you call it? The insane range, I haven't really used them very much. So I wonder, I may be misjudging just how good, like, the ballistas are. I'm not really sure. They love that reserve staff. Okay, the thief is moving. But I think at this stage, because he waited a turn, I can probably get to the village before it's an issue. Silverlance, Javelin, Killing Edge, Armor Killer. I do have a decent amount of defense. I think if I can kill that guy, I'm not actually too worried about these guys. Maybe I should be more worried. I don't know. Interesting that I double. How fast is this Pixis Knight? 15 speed. How fast am I? Oh, that's right. I forgot. I was just about to say that Abel's actually pretty slow, but that's just not true. I forgot that I gave him the speed booster. So Abel is actually pretty darn strong now, because Hardin's big sort of benefit over him was that Hardin had a lot of speed and he didn't. But now Abel actually has a bunch of speed himself. So I think Abel might actually be better. I have 13 strength, and he's got a little bit better HP. I don't know how much he can really do with the thunder or whatever, but we'll see, I guess. Oh, does he deal any damage? One experience. You're welcome. Destroy him. I really want to gain Merrick level because I want to see if he'll get HP. I want to see if the cap is over 40. Like I said, I'm really not sure. It is really bizarre that my highest HP... I know I've said this a bunch of times, but it's really bizarre that my highest HP is a mage. But it would sort of make sense if the HP was capped at 40, just because a lot of my units haven't really gotten that much HP. Like, HP's been a pretty hard to come by sort of resource. How much HP does Tiki have? 33, so she won't get to that point or anything. Like, the fact that we're this late in the game and nobody... Like, I just got a unit to 40 HP. Oh, no, I am so stupid. I've been literally rambling about how I think 40 is the cap for HP, when Merrick is not my highest HP. Mars, who I just gave the robe to, actually has my highest HP. He has 44. Yeah, I'm just dumb. That's just not the... That can't be the cap. Unless that's unique to Mars, I guess, but... Yeah. We do still have Cheney, and Cheney's quite good. Cheney can basically just give me a second Mars, which is a weird sentence to say, but it's pretty darn strong. Yeah, I think we're okay. Man, the boss loves attacking her. I don't think he's hit once. Okay. Red is probably the best unit to attack. Red is has become pretty darn strong. Like I said, I still don't really feel like there's much of a reason to promote him, but you know, considering how late it was that I actually decided to start trading him, he's been pretty solid. I mean, his defense sucks, but he doubles everything, and his strength is pretty solid. Nice. Also, Katria, by the way, has 14 defense, which is not an insignificant amount of defense. But her strength is more questionable, let's say. Yeah. Thief's on the move, but again, I think I can probably intercept him fairly easily at this point. Like, yeah, he's got to get all. He's got to still get all over this mountain. I think we should be. I think we should be okay. Not too worried about it. Strength. I mean, honestly, a fine level up, to be completely honest. I know it seems pretty weak, but it's totally fine. I wonder if he's strong enough to just kill one of these on his own now with a silver sword. Nah, not quite. Close, though. What is his strength at? Well, 15, 11. Okay, I thought it was a little higher. That's okay, though. I'd like to promote him. I mean, again, there's no reason to promote him right now, but... Katria... Actually, you have kept speed, right? Yeah, okay. Here, you can have a kill. Oh, you also can't kill. Well, shit. Well, especially not if you miss. Nobody I'm like actively trying to give kills to hits. Okay, she keeps. Actually, she's pretty. She got 16 defense now. Holy shit. Only 12 strength, which is kind of unfortunate, but. Certainly not a weak unit by any means. Maybe I'll try to get Katria some more kills. I don't know, she's been pretty consistent with getting strength. Strength, speed, luck, defense. Jesus, he refuses to get HP. He only has 29. Well, he just capped speed. He has 16 strength and 14 defense. Our units are starting to become really quite strong. His problem, of course, is that he just refuses to get HP. If Harden just had a little bit better HP, it's hard to say that a unit, like, even with really good defense, it's hard to say the unit is really that bulky when their HP sucks. Because that's just so important in actually being able to take hits. Strength, skill. Astrom's level ups have also actually been okay. But you can see even at this stage how a character like Tiki with, I believe, 18... Is it 18 defense? Yeah, 18 defense is dealing pretty well. So 16 defense is, you know, a lot. Man, Abel has... I don't know. Just been... He's good, especially with his cap speed, because I gave him the thing, but... I don't know. I wish he was a little better. Now, I didn't look, and I don't know what the reinforcements look like. So there is a chance that the reinforcements will spawn with, like, dragon killers, and that would be really bad for Tiki, obviously. But I'm just going to hope that that does not happen. Scale, weapon level, luck, max HP. Okay. I really want strength. She can't get defense. Her growth is 0. So strength and HP is really the only thing that matters now that she has capped speed. What I would really like to do is find somebody that has, like capped speed, but like a silver sword, which I think weighs 3. Because she should double that person with the 1 weight from the Divine Stone, but it'll be a good way to find out, to test just how much weight the Divine Stone actually has. But at the moment, again, nobody is fast enough to even, like, remotely compete with her. So it doesn't really matter. Can I buy door keys here? No. Good to know. Should be able to absolutely destroy him this turn without too much issue. We're doing pretty good. I might even be able to get in there before the reinforcements start. That'd be pretty cool. Then we won't have to deal with them. So at this stage in the game, I'm feeling pretty good about a lot of stuff. I think our team is good. We have some really strong sort of like high point units like Tiki and Mirth. I'm not really that worried about any chapter except the final chapter, because the final chapter is pretty annoying. Get strength, skill, open level. Max HP is nice. Because, yeah, the final chapter is pretty annoying, and one of the things that I'm really worried about is, number one, Medius has a lot of defense, and I think pretty much the only way that I'm going to be able to, like, defeat him is with, Marth. And number 2, there's a bunch of doors that close in the final chapter, so it can be really tedious. And unlike future Fire Emblem games where you can decide where your units start, you can in this game sort of. It's just that they're like coded by numbers. I've never really worried about it too much because I don't really care where my units start. It hasn't really seemed to matter on most chapters, but in some other games, in Thracia in particular, it really does matter where your units start. So like, your unit starts scattered, and the first unit selected, so Marth will always be in the same spot because he'll always be your first unit selected. But your second unit selected will be in a certain spot, a certain different spot. So the idea is that you can sort of manipulate this by having different units in different positions. Now, if you're really trying to min-max, you could set up the units on the previous chapter to be in different spots, and then you could set up the perfect arrangement for the final chapter. Now, I'm not going to worry about that, because that's a lot. And I don't even know what the perfect arrangement would be, but the point is, we're going to have to do... It probably won't matter until that final chapter, but because your team is split up on the final chapter, it will matter where each unit is located on our depth chart, so to speak. So again, the final chapter does worry me a wee bit, but we will deal with that when we get to it. When I played Shadow Dragon, when I did Shadow Dragon Hard 5, for the last handful of chapters, I pretty much just warp skipped them all. And then on the final chapter, I warp skipped. I basically sent, in that case it was Naga, I basically just sent Naga to go, or Nagi, whatever her name is, to go fight the boss. And just pretty much relied on that. Okay, let's make Starlight. Oh, Lord Marth, well met. I am Goda. So you have fulfilled my promise and brought the orbs. Then I present to you the spell to break Math, the Starlight. Take it and defeat the Dark Pontifex Garnif. Okay, we got a 12-use Starlight. So Starlight it has 13 might and it has, or sorry, it has 13 might and it has 5 weight. Now I have a few questions about Starlight. Number one, so it breaks, it neutralizes it's called Math in this, but it neutralizes the thing that Garnif has. Now in the next chapter we're gonna have to defeat a bunch of Garnifs. I guess we'll deal with it when I get there. Yeah, we'll deal with it when I get there. This will probably come as no surprise, but on my Hard 5 Shadow Dragon playthrough, I warp skipped that chapter, and I did not get the Fulcian. So, that's actually an interesting thing. When you make Starlight in order to get the Fulcian, you lose both the Star Orb and the Light Orb. Now, the Light Orb, as we said before, not that useful. Negating terrain, maybe it's okay. I mean, I think it negates thrones, which is pretty darn useful. But for the most part, it's not, like, the most powerful thing in the world. But what is one of the most powerful things in the world is the Star Orb. Because the Star Orb means that whatever weapon you're using never reduces its uses. So, if you don't want the Fulcian because you're not planning on using Marth to defeat the final boss, you may as well just keep the orbs. Because that way you can use, like, Infinite Gradivis or something along those lines. So when I played Shadow Dragon, I pretty much had, I think it was like Wolf or Sedgar. Wolf and Sedgar are really busted in that game. It was like, let's say Wolf with Infinite Gradivis. That was like what I used the Star Orb for. And then I believe you can also do it with Naga. Although the Divine Stone might be infinite. I don't remember. But yeah. So, but for us, so in Shadow Dragon, like I said, I believe the Divine Stone deals effective damage against Medius. In this game, the Divine Stone deals effective damage against Manicheets, but not Medius. So in that game, you can warp skip and then just use Naga or Tiki to defeat the final boss fairly easily. In this game, on the other hand, the only way to have effective damage against Medius is to use the Fulcian. So in this game, I do think making the Fulcian is the appropriate play. So that is the approach that I will be choosing to take here. Yeah, I don't know what turn it is. I really wish that I could check the turns. I know I've said this 15 times in this playthrough. But we'll make it work. Because I'm just not sure if the reinforcements are going to come out this turn or, like, next turn. And again, I know I talk a lot about Shadow Dragon. We're not playing Shadow Dragon, but that's just how I, like, that's the game that I've actually completed. That's the most similar to this game, of course. So that's that's the reference that I have for a lot of the stuff in this game. And again, part of the biggest point of this playthrough for me is sort of figuring out the differences and understanding, you know, where Fire Emblem came from and how it's changed. And again, it will be interesting because once we get to Fire Emblem 3, we'll be replaying this game and we can determine the differences there that they made. So should be fun when we get there. All right, I think I'm just gonna go here and we're gonna see if the reinforcements start this turn. If they don't, then we can start getting on the forts. And then I think I'm gonna murder this paladin while I can, and then it should just be the boss and one other Manakite, and we should be wyvern. In fact, if this winds up taking short, I might do the next chapter. It's only been 30 minutes. I think I might do the next chapter as well. We'll see. I don't think the next chapter is going to take too long. In fact, I don't even know if there's reinforcements at all on the next chapter. Strength. We got strength. That's what I'm looking for. There is one set of reinforcements, but that's it. We'll see. I think I'm probably leaning toward doing another chapter in this part, though. It doesn't really matter. I'll do it at some point. And then, yeah, I think, like I said, after that, I believe after next chapter, there is a chapter where we fight a bunch of Manakites. Oh, actually, in that chapter, there is the alms staff, and the alms staff gives us the ability to revive a unit. It's pretty rare in Fire Emblem that they actually allow you to revive units. The alms staff does it. I think in Fire Emblem 4 you can. I think in Fire Emblem 4 you can actually keep restoring something that can do it. But the alms staff is a one-use thing. I think in Gaiden there also might be a way to do it, or at least in Echoes. But I was thinking about this because normally when you get the alms staff, it's pretty useless. Like, obviously, if somebody has like just died, it can be kind of nice. And the alms staff in particular has a very specific use because what it does is if you can bring 13 units to a chapter, let's say the final chapter allows you to bring 13 units, right? You can bring those 13 units, and if you wait until the final chapter to revive with the alms staff, as opposed to doing it on, let's say, the chapter where you first get the alms staff, you essentially bring 14 units to the chapter because you've revived. So it's, you know, I don't know, a neat trick, I guess. Okay, I imagine that we have to be very close to when the reinforcements are going to spawn, so let's get everybody in here. Oh my god. Okay, I didn't know it was going to deal that much. But that works. And then let's kill the boss. Is this Merrick? No, Boa. Kind of sucks. Maybe I should have saved George for the boss, actually, now that I think about it. You do have a dragon killer. I wonder how much I can deal with that. Let's find out. I do have some thunder swords as well that can deal a little bit of damage. A lot, apparently. A lot. Okay, that works. Yeah, that was probably the best fight that I could possibly have thought of there. That worked out really well. And then the Thunder Sword should have me... it hits resistance, so I should be able to just take him out pretty easily. Yep, perfect. 55 experience. Got the Dragon Shield, and I get weapon level and max HP. Not great, but fine. And that Dragon Shield will be going to Marth, because like I've talked about before, I believe once I get him to 17 defense, he will actually be able to survive a crit from Medius, which is really kind of crazy and definitely desirable. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So even if the horseman spawns from that fort in particular, he still won't be able to get to Catria, which is I think the only thing that I like really care about. I can also heal here. Oh, you only have a live staff. Okay. I could do some shopping. I don't know if there's really any shopping that I want to do. I'm not really that worried about buying stuff. Like I said, at this point, I think it's going to be a lot of using Tiki on the next chapter. Like, I don't think I need items that much. I still have a lot of stuff left. Even though I believe this is the last time we get to use a shop. Unless there's a shop on the second to last chapter. But I think we're pretty well set up at this point. And like I said, I can't buy healing staves. That's the only thing that I'm like slightly worried about. Okay. No, still no reinforcements. Okay. I don't know where that guy's going. He's got some guts, but you know what's kind of interesting about this game, and it's something that I just realized? There are no axes anymore. There's some really interesting stuff in Shadow Dragon, and I take a lot of that from this game and how kind of weird it is for. I mean, obviously it's the first one, so of course it's weird, but yeah, they definitely seems like they treat axes as something that's just an early game thing, and I think that's probably why axe users can't promote like your fighters. But there are no axes. It's all magic, and then swords and lances at this point. It's interesting. Okay, so we're gonna have Merrick. I guess give recover to him. And then I'll give him Starlight. I wonder if I double Garniff. The other question that I have is, can I Hammer and Starlight? So Starlight weighs 5. Okay, the tome that he uses weighs a ton. It weighs 9, so I should be good. Damn, he just refuses to get strength. I could have him kill the boss. I mean, it's not really a boss, just a wyvern. I don't know. You can use the Thunder Sword. He's probably the one that I care the most about getting sprint. Maybe not. I don't know. Just do it. I like you, Rad. I feel like I've come a long way with Rad. He deserves to do some stuff. Like I said, I'm not going to promote him until he's level 20, and I would love to promote him, so. And then we're going to give Starlight to you. And then we should be good on that front for right now. Once we get the Falchion, like, I don't think that Marth, other than giving him a Thunder Sword potentially, I don't think he really ever needs another item. Because I'm pretty sure the Falchion is infinite. Yeah. Oh, nice. So we can pretty much just give him that and have him go crazy. Although, to be honest, the Falchion sucks. It only has 10 might. It's actually not very good at all. It's mostly just, I think it's like pretty much only purpose is to be really good against Medius. Which makes sense, because it's going to have 30 might against Medius. We got the Dragon Whip. And weapon level max HP. Refusing to get strength again. I don't know how full I am on the convoy right now. We don't need that Dragon Whip. I could have discarded it, I guess. I think we're good to go. Like I said, I don't think I want to use these shops. I don't think there's much reason at this stage. I mean, maybe I'm wrong and I should go buy something cool, but the only thing is, like, maybe... Where's Linda right now? Yeah, I can go run there with Linda really quick before we finish the chapter. I don't think it's a terrible idea for her to buy, like, a decent tome. Her tomes right now are kind of mediocre. I think that's the only thing that I'm thinking. Okay, what do we got? Oh, you can buy... oh, I just totally misread what I was reading. Okay, well, cool. So why don't you buy this to have a really strong tome, and then why don't you buy a Recover Staff? And, I mean, I guess maybe she never promotes? Let me check out the next chapter. You get... No, you get a Bishop Ring on the... Okay, you get a Bishop Ring on the next chapter. So we should be good. I can still promote her. Also, he has Recover right now. Okay. Prince Mars, we know the location of Thebes, far north of Caden, at the Mormatord Desert. Mormatord Desert. There's a phantom town, but those who've gone to Thebes have never returned. What will we do? I must reclaim the Falchion and rescue my sister. Watch me, Garniff. I won't let this beautiful world fall into your hands. You can tell Mars or Marth, whatever. Okay, I think I am gonna do this chapter, but let me do a really quick save state. I wonder how this looks when I go out of this like this. Ah, it looks about the same. Okay, so on this chapter, and we can actually look and see what it looks like. There are a bunch of different Garnifs. Garnif, Garnif, Garnif. Oh, wait. Wait, they all have Worm. Oh, wait, how does this work? Interesting. Okay, so in Shadow Dragon, all of the Garnifs have... I don't know the name of the tome. I'm probably going to mispronounce it. It is... Well, it's Math in this. But in this, it seems like all of the Garnifs, other than... This must be the real Garnif, because all the other Garnifs have just random stuff. So my assumption would mean that that means that you can kill any Garnif. Oh, you can... That's funny. I was just reading something. You can actually deal damage to Garnif with either Starlight, or I think this was probably not intentional, but apparently you can also do it with the triangle attack, which is really funny. Obviously, we don't have access to that, but... Okay. So I don't know this for sure, but my assumption is this means... Because I believe it's not Garnif that's protected, it's the tome that he uses. So, I think the only Garnif that we have to kill with Starlight is probably the one with Math, and that's probably the one that gives us the Falchion. That's my guess. I don't know if that's accurate, but that's the guess that I'm going to be taking. There are 2 chests. What is in them? An amulet? I don't know what that does in the 10,000 coins. Is there even a reason to have coins at this point? Like, is there a shop? Oh, there is a shop in the next chapter. There's an armory. There is a secret shop where you can buy robes, dragon shields, and boots. Oh my god, I can't believe I missed that. If we ever play this game again, I'm gonna get that damn member card. God damn it. That one hurts. That one hurts a lot. Okay, I think we're good to go. So, Mars, you finally come. I, Dark Pontifex Garnif, have been waiting a long time. Pity that to secure my grasp on this world, you must die. Ha 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 ha. As I control Medius, there's nothing to fear. As long as I have the Falchion and Math, even he cannot oppose me. Well, Mars, you must battle with my images. The Falchion will be yours only if you can defeat the real me. Thank you. Okay, let's go to the convoy and pick up the Dragon Shield. You know what? It would just be too easy if I made Marth have, like, infinite everything and infinite movement. You know, that wouldn't be fun to watch, right? I'm just making it entertaining for the people watching, the people at home. That's what I'm doing. Obviously. I'm not an idiot! And I didn't bring a thief, so I can't even get these chests. What is the amulet? Give me 1 second. Maybe Serenus Forest knows. It's just called the amulet. I don't really know what it does. Well, there's nothing called the amulet. There's the manual, but we know what the manual is. The boots also raise movement by 4, and I missed that. What is the amulet? Yeah, I don't know. There's nothing here called the amulet. What is the amulet? I am not sure. Here, give me 1 second. The Shadow Dragon. There's also Shadow Dragon. There's also Shadow Dragon. Okay, I don't know what the amulet is. I almost want to get it. I'm gonna... Give me 1 second. Actually, just something real quick. Yeah, I don't know. I wish I knew what the amulet was. It just says amulet. I feel like it might be important, but I don't know. Why does it just say amulet? I don't know. Hopefully, I'm gonna find out later that it was something extremely important that I just totally missed out on, but for the time being, I have no clue, so we're just gonna pretend that it isn't useful at all, and I don't care. Yeah, obviously I should have brought a thief. I have consistently forgot to bring thieves. Well, I guess I only forgot to bring a thief on that one chapter, but it's been a while since we've needed a thief, to be fair, in my defense. And I do not have a door key, unfortunately. I might have Martha actually grab the, we call it the Hero's Crest, because I might actually wind up promoting Rad here. If I get him to 20, I will promote him. There's no reinforcements on this chapter. Again, I think this chapter is mostly just about Starlight and getting the Falchion. So, as long as we can make that work, I'm not too worried about it. I don't know which one to use Harden and which one's Able, but just become one of them. It'll also be interesting to see if I actually can kill the, oh, it's Harden. If I actually can kill the copies of him. Thankfully, the guiding ring that I mentioned that we can actually promote Linda with is not from the chest. That's from the boss. And again, the money is pretty irrelevant. I don't need money for any reason. I mean, there's a chance that I buy weapons in the next chapter, but we still have so much money, and I don't even know if I need to buy weapons, to be honest. Yeah, man, they love those reserve staffs. Just keep spamming them. It'll do something eventually. I just know it. Okay. These mages are a little bit scary, but I don't think it's too much. I also would love this to kill this guy. 33 HP with 17 speed, wow. Shouldn't have a problem doubling though, thankfully. Both my paladins have basically kept speed. Arden, I think, has my better strength. You have 16 strength. I wonder if this is enough to kill. I'm guessing that it probably won't be, but at least it'll be a bunch of damage. Oh, I think that actually... Yeah, that'll be enough. He only had 33 health. Nice. Harden's a beast. If you don't look at Harden's HP stat, he's an absolute beast. There's no Garnifs here, right? This is just all Kaden. Yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll kill this guy, and then... Yeah, I'll just wait for the mages to come over, and then next turn we should be able to kill them all, hopefully. Oh my god. That guy just got massacred. We got a door key. So I could get the amulet, but I honestly think saving the door keys for the last chapter is probably a good idea. I wish I knew what the stupid amulet was, though. Because I could get the amulet. I could give Marth the door key. No, not the stupid devil axe. Although I could discard that. I want the Hero's Crest. Nightproof. Man, I wish I could figure out what the stupid amulet was. There's nothing... Like, it's not a weapon, and there's no items that are called, like, amulets. What could it be? Oh, it could be a talisman. If it's a talisman, I kind of want it. Yeah, it's probably a talisman. Is it worth using a door key for? If it is a talisman? Talisman would be pretty useful. I could, like... I don't know who I'd give it to, I guess. Maybe Talisman isn't that useful. Talisman would be useful for this chapter, but we're on this chapter, so kind of who cares. Yeah, maybe I just don't care. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I also will say this. I haven't warp skipped any chapters so far, but I think the next chapter I will probably... Maybe I'll even do the next chapter in this playthrough, or in this sitting, because I will likely just warp skip the next chapter. Like, there's nothing... Other than getting the Alm Staff, which I'll probably get, there's no real reason to not just warp skip it, I think. Like, I'm not... You know, this chapter I don't want to warp skip just because I need to, like, garnet with Starlight and stuff. And I do actually want the Falchion. But I don't think there's really any reason to not just warp skip the next chapter. And I could warp skip the final chapter as well, but I think I'll have to kind of make a plan for. That I will almost definitely not do in this part. I'll make that its own part. I know warp skipping is a little bit boring. It means that you basically just don't have to play full chapters, but I don't know. If a game has warp skip, you may as well warp skip. Like I said, when I did Shadow Dragon Hard 5, one of the reasons that the endgame of Shadow Dragon is not really that difficult is because once you get the warp staves, you can pretty much just warp skip like any chapter in the endgame. And like, for example, if we didn't care about getting the Falchion here, I could just warp skip this. No problem. This is actually interesting. How fast are these? 16 speed? Yeah, not that fast. It will be interesting to see if Tiki does not double, but I think she probably will. So we can at least determine... Actually, this is interesting. No, this is actually interesting. We can determine whether or not the Divine Stone weighs 4 here, depending on if I double. Oh, I didn't double! So the Divine Stone weighs 4. No, it's got to be more than that, even. Because Thunder weighs a little bit. Thunder weighs 1, which means that guy has 15 speed. So the Divine Stone must weigh 5? That's so much. Interesting. Let me write that down really quick. Sorry, I don't think my computer likes that I'm opening other things. Okay, Divine Stone weight is 5. It's got to be 5 because we didn't double each other, and the only reason that a double doesn't happen on one way or the other is if your speed is tied. Because in this game, all you need is 1 more speed in order to double. So it's got to be 5. That's interesting. So the Divine Stone weighs a lot then. It's more than the Firestone, unless they're also wrong about the Firestone. But I don't think they're wrong about the Firestone, because I believe Bantu has base 1 speed, or sorry, base 4 speed, but it's 1 after the 3 from the Firestone weight. And Bantu can actually double if an enemy has 0 speed after they get weighed down. Because I believe we saw Bantu double at one point. Which means that the Divine Stone weighs more than the Firestone. which is kind of weird because it's sort of worse than the Firestone. Very interesting indeed. Oh wow. Oh, this is just a missing, nobody get anything. Speed, defense, wow. 14 speed, only 6 defense, but... wait. Oh, that's Cheney, that's right. You should probably be able to kill. I don't think this is Garniff. I don't think Garniff is over here. No. But again, I am really curious if I can actually kill Garniff without using Starlight. The Garniff clones, I should say. You can't kill Garniff without Starlight. But I'm pretty sure our Abel is strong enough to... I could bring a Pure Water, I guess. But I'm pretty sure our Abel is strong... Actually, maybe I should go grab a Pure Water for Abel. Or for Merrick, sorry. Yeah, I think I actually might do that. Or no, do I still have the... No, I get rid of that. Okay, why don't we go grab the Barrier Staff and I can barrier... I can actually do both. Oh, we can actually make this, like, insane. Well, insane is probably not the correct word for it, but I can make it really strong. That is interesting, though. So, I'm pretty sure that the Divine Stone weighs 5 and it gives plus 13 defense. I think that's correct. But 5 seems like so much. I feel like she was... Oh, that's a crit. I feel like she was doubling earlier when she shouldn't have been able to if it weighs 5. I don't know, but it has to weigh 5. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. I guess if the Thunder is wrong and the Thunder doesn't weigh anything, then... It would make sense if the Thunder weighed 1, you know? So I think it probably does. Skill, max... Okay, he finally got max HP. I like that. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is, like I said, I'm going to go get a Pure Water, and I'm going to go get the Barrier Staff. We could go extra crazy, and I could get Pure Water, Barrier Staff, and the Talisman, and just go nuts on him, but I think that's a little bit excessive. Oh. There's a thief there. That's a Devil Sword! There's no way I get doubled. Okay, whatever. That wasn't quite as scary as I was first thinking that it would be. Max HP. Okay, max HP. Alright, so first Wendell needs to get... Just give one of your tomes. He doesn't really need to. Sure, give the weaker one. And then take the... It should be like M up or something. Yeah, M shield. And then I'll pick up the Pure Water. You can probably just get rid of Starlight after this. It really doesn't have much use. I mean, it's got 13 might and it weighs 5. It's like a shittier Excalibur. Although we're out of Excaliburs, so maybe it's better than I'm giving it credit. Yeah, I'll have to... I was talking to this guy on Reddit about the qualities of the Divine Stone. I'll have to let him know that again, I don't know if I figured it out because it does seem like 5 is too much. Like, I'm pretty sure she wouldn't have doubled a couple of times if 5 was the correct answer. But at least at the moment, the best idea that I have, using the data that I've collected, is that it weighs 5. I think I might hammer in this Reblow Staff when I get a chance. Because I only have the one. I think I was supposed to get Fortify at some point, but I think I might have missed it. I don't know. But I only have the one, and it's really, really useful. Especially considering the fact that it can hit anywhere on the entire map. Hammering also means that, like, buying more healing staves isn't, like, that important, because I can just, you know, hammer and whatever, whenever I need to. Yeah, it definitely seems like you don't have to do, like, that much shopping in this game, to be honest, just because... Well, I mean, I guess if Lena dies, that changes it quite a bit, because then, of course, you don't, you know, really have access to the hammer and stuff, but... As long as Lena's okay. It is a little bit sketchy. Okay, we'll use the magic up staff later. So... Deposit... I don't know, whatever you want. Hellfire, sure. And then we're gonna take... Should have one pure water. Holy water. I'm assuming holy water is the same as pure water. I don't know what holy water does if it's not the same. Yeah, how much movement do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just back up a little bit. I should be able to kind of fight these guys next turn. That is funny that we still have a level 4 cleric hanging around, but honestly, so keeping really weak units alive in this game isn't that difficult, just because there isn't what do you call it, ballistas and stuff, and like there's no siege tomes either. There's no way to attack your weaker units like in the back. Like in this chapter in Shadow Dragon, there's a whole bunch of, well, actually Worm is a thing in this game, but the Worm tome doesn't it's not a siege tome like it is in Shadow Dragon. So even though our clerics can't, I mean, they can gain levels, but I haven't gained them any levels, they're not that weak, or it's not that hard to keep them alive because they're not getting destroyed. Now, there is the 10 movement Wyvern. Those are a little bit sketchy to deal with, but... So you get a crit here. Love to see it. Yeah, 16 speed. It's Harden. Harden's my best at just dealing a bunch of damage. See if this will kill. I don't know. I killed the sniper, but I'm not sure if... No, it'll be enough, yeah. And I should double. I mean, we both have silver swords, so it should be the same. And I guess we'll just use Abel. I don't know if this is going to be enough to kill with Abel, but I think he'll be okay. Unless he gets crit. But yeah, on the next chapter... Yeah, it's not enough to kill, but that's okay. On the next chapter, I actually do think that it's useful. I could actually warp. I have so many warp uses. It's probably safer if I warp. I think I'm actually going to warp. Who wants to warp? Actually, wait. How fast are you? This guy's 16 speed. 16. So I should double him with Tiki. Let's work Tiki. I think that's the safest. But yeah, getting the... I am going to warp skip the next chapter, like I said. But I think getting the Alm Staff is still a good idea, because alming... Kane on the final chapter, I actually think is going to be pretty useful, because Kane's stats were just generally pretty darn high. So it'll just give me another unit to have access to. I think my strategy for the final chapter is probably going to be to just break out wherever my thief is, and then have my thief open up all the other doors. That's what I'm thinking. On the final chapter on Shadow Dragon is really frustrating, because... And this is why warp skipping it is really useful and maybe not necessary, but really nice, because there's a lot of ballistas. So it means that, like, your thieves, who probably won't be that strong at that stage, will just get absolutely massacred by ballistas. There's a lot of overlapping range of ballistas, and a lot of ballistas that are, like, obscured within rooms that are locked, stuff like that. Which probably doesn't sound like a lot of fun, and believe me, it's not a lot of fun. But yeah, that's my plan right now for the final chapter. Okay, so I do double. Latiki is now level 20. Is it a really good plan? You know, that's questionable. We will determine that when we get there. But it is my plan right now. We could, of course, warp skip it, which maybe I'll do, but I'm not sure how confident I am. Oh, I got a holy water. Okay. I don't think I need a holy water. We're already bringing one up with Merrick, and Merrick's the only one that really matters. So now we're just waiting for Merrick and Wendell. And then I'll discard the killer weapon that he has right now, and then I'll give him the one thing. And we can finally promote Rad. At the end of the world, we're finally promoting Rad. Oh, that guy's moving. Whoever that guy is. Oh, I think, yeah, there was one spawn of reinforcements. On turn 7, 2 bishops. And 4 mages. Okay, so that's what this is. I'm like, why are there suddenly so many mages? But that's why. Okay, so get rid of this. And then I will give you this. And then I might just have Rad kill everything else in this chapter, honestly. Get him a little bit of experience. I don't know why I'm like all in on the Rad train, but I am. I love my boy Rad. He's so ass, but I love him. I genuinely think that Rad, well, I don't want to say he's a good unit. I know in Shadow Dragon he's absolutely dreadful, like straight up useless, but Shadow Dragon, it's a lot harder on its units. I was thinking about this before, but on a tier list, I'm not sure that there's a single unit in this game that I would give like an F grade to, because I think everyone is actually useful. Or can be useful, I should say. A lot of playthroughs obviously won't use certain units. That's just how Fire Emblem works. But yeah, I can't really. But Shadow Dragon is very different. It is not like that. There are many units that are just straight up useless. Yeah, let's do it. So as we determined before, when you promote, you don't get any any promotion bonuses unless you're missing, unless you have lower stats than the class base. So like, if the class base for Hero was like 16 speed, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. If the class base for Hero was like 16 speed and he only had 15 speed, he would get a speed. It's not, and he had a lot more than that, but you know what I mean. But his stats are just too high. That's why I think you should either wait until, well, it depends on the character. I think promoting almost every single character as early as possible is a good idea. I think in the case of the Myrmidon, or the mercenary, I think he's the unique case because you don't get any additional movement. So you should either promote right at level 10, because then you'll actually get some stat ups by probably not having as high as your class should have in certain stats, or you should wait until level 20, because then there's no reason to promote. That's my feeling on the matter, as far as promotion goes. Basically every other unit I would promote as early as possible, I think. Because I think every single other unit at least gets an extra movement. I think snipers have more movement. I know wyverns and cavaliers get an additional movement when they promote. So I think for everyone else, I would say promote as early as possible. That's where I'm at. And there's only, there's 5 promotions in the game. Also, mages, I think definitely promote as early as possible. That makes a lot of sense to me. Just because you get to use stabs, and stabs are just awesome, of course. Mages actually use stabs extremely well too, because you don't have to start over from 0 on like staff rank. You'll probably have pretty good weapon level by just, you know, getting levels and being a mage. We do have to make sure, especially if I'm going to warp skip the next chapter, we have to make sure that our items are kind of in order here. Because I will probably not... Where's the convoy for the next chapter? Oh, the convoy's really close to the starting place. Okay, so we can use and abuse the convoy on the next chapter before we move on. Yeah, that should be fine. We can wait until then to actually set up our plan for the final chapter. I guess just deals nothing, right? Okay. Strength skill. Now he's starting to get strength. Well, he can't get speed anymore. He's capped that one. Tron. What do Rad's stats look like right now? 34 health, 12 strength, 20 speed. His defense is really bad. His HP is actually quite good, but his defense is really his like issue stat, to be honest. It's really quite low. His strength is solid, his speed is of course great, and his HP is really good too. But his defense leaves something to be desired for sure. Strength. Okay, defense and max HP. Wow. Okay, he heard me. He is answering. I think for the rest of the chapter, I'll probably just have Rad kill as much as he can, and then we'll Starlight for Volshian. Probably the strat here. Yeah, I think I will do the next chapter tonight. Just because I want to make sure, like, because again, I think I'm gonna warp skip it, and I want to make sure that that I don't have a part that's like 10 minutes of me warp skipping. I think I'll add that on for this part, and then unless something goes wrong, either in the rest of this chapter or on the next chapter, we should be on to the final chapter at the end of this play session, which is very exciting. I don't think this game is, like, extremely difficult, per se, but the crits do make it a bit scary, and, yeah. Although I haven't beaten it yet, so I want to make sure that I'm not, I really don't want to jinx myself. But it'll be cool. This is, as I've said before, this is a game that I have never beaten on an Iron Man or not on an Iron Man. So this is pretty exciting for me to be able to experience the first Fire Emblem game in all of its glory. This isn't the one, right? Have we fought a Garnif yet? I don't know. I don't think so. By the way, when we do finish this, Gaiden I know is really kind of an odd game, and I have no clue how to play Gaiden. Like, I've never played Gaiden before, so Gaiden should be interesting. And then, of course, 3 will be interesting, and then 4 will be really interesting too. I think a lot of these older games will be really interesting for anyone that's watching older Fire Emblem. And I know this isn't everyone's cup of tea, and eventually on the channel we will get back to some of the newer games, and I think people will like that a little bit better, especially when we get to the GBA era. But I don't know. I'm having fun playing this game, so that's where we're at for right now. Oh, and I get a magic shield. Nice HP. Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Numeric. Although again, we'll be able to find out right now if I have to use Starlight or not. And then I'm gonna magic shield him right now. And then I could always magic shield him again when he's ready to fight the actual Garnif. Because this guy only has Worm, which isn't strong, I don't think. Oh, I'm also using Worm. That's funny. Okay, you have to hit him for me to know if it can actually deal damage. Okay, but the question is he dodging because it can't deal any damage, or is he dodging because I'm just flat out missing? So Marth just has 7, so let's see if Marth can hit. Because Marth has 7 resistance, so he should be okay. Can you deal damage? Okay, I can deal damage, yeah. That's what I figured, but I didn't know for sure. Nice, okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So first I want to heal him. And then next turn we'll do all the stuff that I want to do. Let's heal him. It is a little bit annoying because there are clerics. I should maybe warp to kill the clerics, but we can do that next turn potentially. So we're going to use Magic Shield. And then we're going to go here. I'm going to equip. Oh, actually, I can't. Oh, this is annoying. I can't equip and use. Alright, whatever. Don't use the Holy Water. Just equip Starlight. We should be fine. I'm going to warp somebody back there. Let me just heal you. Next turn, maybe I will. There's like a delay on when it says the health, and it always makes me worried because in Thracia you can miss your heals. It always makes me think that I'm missing my heals. Those that dare to wield weapons against me will die. I'll show you the horrors of my sealing magic. Baff! Okay, we'll see how much damage we deal. I do have 100 hit. That's nice. Nice! That's a lot of damage. Okay, so my hope is that he won't get healed this turn. Or at least not by both of them, and then I should be able to kill him next turn pretty easily. Okay, very nice. Finish him off. It's almost like a party. It's like, the Starlight by mistake, but know this. Even though I die to that power, it won't be enough to defeat Medius. I'll be waiting patiently for you on the SNES! What? That must be like a translation thing. Do I want to replace something? I could just get rid of Starlight. Is it really worth it to keep Starlight? Like, what does it do for me now? It's kind of strong. I'm just gonna get rid of it. On the SNES! Ooh! That's pretty funny. That must be a translation thing, because I believe Garnif, I think, comes back for Fire Emblem 3, which is probably what they're referencing. Oh, he's coming. Use the magic shield. I don't know if all the Starlight thing is in Fire Emblem 3. I will say Fire Emblem 3 would be really interesting to play because, like I said, I played Fire Emblem, I think it's 12. The sequel to Shadow Dragon when they remade it. I played that when it came out, but I had to do it in Japanese because there was no English translation at that point. And I never completed a run afterwards. So my understanding of that game is limited, let's say that. And that's probably putting it generously. Nice HP. HP. Probably wanted to get speed, but he can't get speed anymore. I think you're capped, right? 20 speed, yeah. There just aren't a lot of stats for him to get. I mean, he can get defense, that'd be really nice, but, you know. They always use the reserve staff at, like, the wrong time. Like, there's no reason to do it right now. Yeah, I'll give the Falchion to you. Have the Falchion. Like I said, the Falchion actually, I think, kind of sucks. But it's effective against Medius. That's really all we care about. Ow. Okay, we're gonna commit a little bit of war crime, kill some more priests, and then I'm gonna... I think I'll probably just use a hammer on at least one of his silver swords, because why not? We get a bishop ring. Do I have enough? Okay. Actually, we can use that really quick before we go. I may as well. Because I don't really want to spend the time in the next chapter to have Linda go to the convoy, so let's just have her use that. Should have enough. I'll probably just hammer both his silver swords. Again, I think I could pretty much use hammering as judiciously as I want at this point. It just has so many uses in this game. We got a reserve staff. Okay. I think my convoy, it's got to be really close to being full at this point. The reserve staff is... Oh, that's Fortify. Okay, so that's really good to have that. That dude didn't want any part of this, what's going on right now with Red. Come here, come here! I'm hammering this one this turn. Does anyone have just, like, a spot open in their inventory? Yeah, you do. Okay. Let's get rid of that double sword. Just in case I have to do some stuff. I would also like to get the Fortify out of the convoy, because I think Fortify is really useful, and I want to have access to that for the last chapter. Also, okay, yeah, let's do this. There's one other thing that I would love to do. There is a fly. My light is over to my left, and there is a fly just flying around it real fast. I don't know what his deal is. I mean, I know bugs love light. Oh, he's gone. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna hammer. I don't know. Like I said, we have 10 uses left. Just fuck it. But I want to hammer, what do you call it? The reblow staff, which is the physics staff. And then I'll feel pretty good about our situation. And then I guess Linda can actually wind up with Fortify if she wants. I mean, she should be able to use it. I think she has the weapon rank. So give him the reblow staff. And then we're going to equip it. This is so tedious, but... it works. Okay, hopefully I have one space open in my convoy. That's unfortunate. I guess I didn't have a space open in my convoy. Can I go back a little bit? Oh no. There's probably not a way to go back a tiny bit. Oh no, I think it's just stuck. My convoy was probably full and it probably didn't understand what to do. Oh no. Here, give me 1 second. What is this called? Messin? That's what I'm using. Can rewind for the last X minutes. The rewind feature. Okay, how do I get to the rewind feature? Emulation? There's rewind speed. How do I access rewind? Maybe there's like inputs? Data controller, advanced. Okay, hold on. Wait, hold on. Preferences. Memory tools? Oh my god, what am I looking at? Okay. Should probably edit all this out. I don't know if I will or not. How do I go back? Oh, I just dropped my controller. Hopefully I don't need that. Keep rewind. Oh, it's advanced on preferences. Where's preferences? Oh, preferences. Advanced. Keep rewind data for the last 300 minutes. Oh, that's perfect. So it keeps the data. It has kept the data for 300 minutes. That should be enough. I wonder what this is showing. Is this showing the... Oh, it's not showing the options. Okay. This is probably really boring for everyone because it's not showing the options. Oh, it automatically creates a save state every 5 minutes. Okay. How do I access that? Rewind 1 minute. Oh, there is no... Wait. P? Ah, there we go! I made it P and then I rewind. Oh my god! I thought for sure... That wasn't too bad. Hopefully that wasn't too boring. I thought for sure. I was like... I'm gonna stop the recording, and then I'm gonna have to like go and figure out. Oh my god, that is amazing. Okay, so what we're gonna do to hopefully not break the game is we're gonna withdraw from the convoy, and hopefully that won't break it. Oh my god, what a great feature! Oh man, that's so nice. Especially for a game like this. Like, I don't make save states because this is an Iron Man, so there's not really much of a reason to do it. So, I mean, I make save states after each chapter because I can't save, but... Oh my god. The emulator I'm using, by the way, I believe is called Messin. Yeah, Messin. If you want an NES emulator, use Messin, dude. This is what's up. This emulator is awesome. I think you can also do, like, speed-ups and stuff, so if you're interested in that kind of stuff, I know that's pretty nice to have access to, so... But Jesus Christ, that saved me. Okay. So the question is it going to break if I withdraw instead of discard? Yes, okay. I don't need that. Just withdraw a couple of things. Because that way I'll have a little bit more room to work with. Okay. Jesus Christ. I was like, I mean, this chapter wasn't very difficult, but I was like, I do not want to do this whole chapter over again. That sounds so tedious. Okay, so hopefully it's still not broken and I can actually deposit. Okay, so it was because it was full. All right. Note, by the way, to anyone that wants to play this, if you try to do that, it will break. So withdraw. Bishop ring. Oh, actually, we're also... Oh, no. No, we should be fine. It's great. Everything's great. Okay, so we're going to use this. Promote Linda. Did she get any plus in anything? I think she actually did get defense. I think her defense was low. And then one more thing, I want to get the Fortify staff out of the convoy for Linda so I don't have to worry about it on the next chapter. And then we are good to go to the next chapter. By the way, the person that told me, it was a long time ago, like a few parts ago, but the person that told me how you can actually, like, trade, huge. Really glad that they told me that. Oh, also, nobody has the Gradivis right now, which is just stupid. Like, but I can have somebody take that out of the convoy next chapter. Okay, let's get out of here. You do have the Falchion, right? Yeah, okay. Okay. Mars, I've missed you. Look how you've grown. Father would be proud. Elise, I've been so worried since Garnif took you away. I'm glad you're safe. Garnif captured me so he could obtain the Resurrection Staff, from Goda, in the southern temple of Durua. It can be used to bring anyone back to life. So Mars, to bring back the important one you've lost, you must go to Durua. We don't really need to go there, though. Like, I don't really want to bring anyone back, but... Okay, like I said, I will be doing... We're going to do a save state real quick. I will be doing this chapter, because it's going to be really short. So... We want Tiki, that's important. We want... I guess I'll bring Elise. I don't think there's much of a reason. Is the staff unique to Elise? I'm kind of curious about that, honestly. Staff... The is unique to Elise. Okay. I mean, we're not using it here, so it doesn't really matter, but... Okay, and then I think we're good. I don't think I need to bring anyone else. Oh, actually, no. We need the ability to open the chest. Although, yeah. So, no back, and we'll bring... Julie. Okay. Perfect. Durua, the Manakite Kingdom of Mysteries, all began with the revival of the Earth Dragon Medius here. Akanea has been ruined from endless warring. Many tragic tales born and destroyed. But time flows fast. Medius's ambitions of Manikites ruling the world must finally end. Just as Marth's long journey is ending. So, this is... I don't know what that is, but this is the arm staff. So I need somebody to take out these mannequins. Give me 1 second here. The Mage Stone has 18 might with only 4 strength, so I'm not too worried about this. The Firestone has 16, so even less. And then you have a Thunder Swords. Okay. So, what we're gonna do... Who has Warp? You have Warp. Wait. Oh, wait, what's in the chest? She already has the arm staff. Hold on. What's in the chest? There's a Devil Sword in the chest? That's so useless. Okay. So in Shadow Dragon, the arm staff is on this chapter. It is you open the chest to get it. But in this, you just have it. So that's different. Okay, so interesting. How do I want to do this? So I could resurrect Cain right now, but like I said, it's slightly better if I wait a chapter to resurrect Cain, because that way, I'll basically have an extra unit on the final chapter. I just have to make sure to bring Elise. Is that really worth it? I could just use it right now. Wait, can she not use it? Wait, why can't she use it? Weapon level 7. Do I have to give her a weapon level? No. Oh, you can only use it on the final chapter. Okay, so that makes it quite a bit easier, because I can only use it on the final chapter. So, here's what we're going to do. Go to the convoy. We are going to grab... Why even give it to me right now if I... This is so weird. Whatever. Give me, a silver sword, and give me a... I should still have one, right? One more Knight's Crest. Do I not have one? Did I get rid of it? Did I get rid of my other Knight's Crest? Or maybe it's still on somebody and I just never got rid of it. Oh, I might have discarded it. Okay. Well, I thought I could promote Cain, but that's okay. He doesn't need to be promoted. Okay. So do that. Does someone, like, have a Knight's Crest right now? Here, Bo, why don't you go pick up... I may as well just make sure everyone has everything they need. Cover staff. We have so much money. Right, once you get rid of the magic shield, I don't really need it. And then you can pick something up for yourself. Yeah, I thought I still had the promotion item, but nobody, like, randomly has one, right? Oh, actually, why don't you give him a Thunder Sword just so he has one? That might be useful. I don't know. Yeah, that's okay. It doesn't really matter. Okay. The other thing that we have to do is warp you to here. And kill the boss. Oh my god, look how much damage I deal. Holy shit! Nice. And then we could end it right now, but I think I'm gonna wait a turn. Because... Does Marth need anything? I think Marth's good. What do I want to wait a turn for? That's the question. Am I good? Maybe I am. No, I'm gonna wait one turn. I'm gonna wait one turn. That's so funny that there's a Devil Sword in there. Like, the Devil Sword is so bad. I mean, maybe it's okay, just because, like, it could actually deal some damage to Medius, potentially. And Medius does have a shit ton of defense, but... I mean, even if we had to do this chapter normally, like, I think Tiki would pretty much just destroy anything that I wanted her to destroy. So, like I said, in Shadow Dragon, you do have to, the Alm Staff is in the chest, so you basically have to warp in order to get the Alm Staff, which is why I was ready to warp, because I do want the Alm Staff, but we don't have to do that, so who cares? Because there's also reinforcements on this chapter, I believe. Yeah, a bunch of them, so it's just a lot easier to do this. Okay, final preparation. You, Boa, get over here. At least I'm going to buy you an actual way to heal, because that seems useful. And then one more thing, I'm going to have Merrick. I don't know if I have any like powerful tomes left in here, but let's find out. Have one of those. Oh shoot, someone should have the... Just take the Gradivis, and then I can give it to somebody. Someone should have the stupid Gradivis. Blizzard, Elfire. I guess Elfire. Okay, let's get out of here. I could wait another turn. Like, Tiki is probably fine to wait one more turn, but let's just get this over with. I should have given the Gradivis to somebody a long time ago, to be honest. Okay, let's do it. Because I think he has everything I need, right? He got the defense thing? Yep. Okay. Ah, foolish child, know your place. Though you approach my castle, I shall not yield. Now I'll show you the true power of the Earth Dragon clan. Come if you dare, close to me. I'll send you from here to the darkest depths of eternal suffering. That sounds pretty scary. We are on the final chapter. Hell yeah. Okay, I will save this for next time. This will be a whole part in and of itself. I don't know how long or short this chapter is going to be, because I may do some warping. I don't know, and I kind of have to come up with a plan. Because Medius, who may only look like he has 12 defense, does get, I think, plus 23 from the Earth stone that he has, which means that he has 35 defense, which is a lot of defense. So, but yeah, this will be for next time. So, thanks everyone for watching. As always, I really appreciate it, and I will see you next time.